and we have a master teacher and trainer with us tonight. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's been involved in the network marketing, direct selling industry for many years and has had a tremendous amount of success. He is Royal Diamond Dave Rolfe, and he's going to help us to understand, to get connected to how it is that you might possibly create more in your life, whatever that is for you, whatever you want more of. This is someone who can help give some advice, some ideas to connect you to how you might create more for yourself. Dave, we're great and we're happy to have you with us.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff, for that wonderful introduction. And, yeah, I've been in this industry for a gazillion, it seems like a gazillion years. And at the same time, it feels like it was yesterday when I first started. And I was just at the doctor for my annual checkup. And I said, I feel better this year than I did last year. So I think I'm in good shape and passed all my cognitive tests and all of those good things. But, I want to tell you about my story and what this is all about tonight. And I welcome you all to this particular presentation. And I hope you enjoy it and get something out of it and share it with those that you want to share this with, because that's the whole object of this exercise. So when I first got approached, this was many years ago, I think I'm going to be starting my 36th year with Nikan this fall, this spring, January of next year, somewhere. I first got introduced in the fall of 1990, and then it took me about 3 months because I first off told the person that invited me to take a look that I wasn't interested. And it was one of those, I didn't even look at it. I didn't even understand what it was. I just said, I'm not interested. And prior experience and my own considerations and thoughts about it kind of had me in a little bit of a different frame of mind, and mindset's very important. I had a business, it just gone broke, and my mind was on trying to solve that problem. The manufacturer that I represented ran out of money, couldn't produce the products, and we serviced all of Southern California, school districts, government offices, service stations, and we had a whole dealer network that just collapsed overnight for no reason because somebody had made a mistake somewhere. So it was one of those, basic need to survive situations. And then I got this call and he says, Dave, there's this new Japanese company in town. They're selling magnets and I think you should get involved. Well, at the time, there was no reference to magnetic technology. So all I thought of was the refrigerator. And I said, well, if you're going to sell refrigerator magnets, a guy sold pet rocks. I mean, people can make money all kinds of way. Maybe I could take a look at something like that. And but no, I didn't want to do that. But here was what was fascinating. He was persistent. He kept after me, but he was an intelligent, persistent man because he found out what my challenge and problem was. And at that time, I couldn't afford the money to sign up. So it was a little bit of embarrassment on my behalf, but he then offered to help and he offered to provide me with the right resources. Now, at this time in our existence, this is, back in the 90s, there was no internet. There was no, smartphones. There was no way to check on this information about this product, but there was an article in Time magazine. And the article in Time magazine said 50% of the population can't sleep. And the main product of Nikon at that time was a sleep system, and that intrigued me. And I had, had corporate experience and sold other products, had my own business, was a kind of an entrepreneur of sorts. And so I'd learned many things along the way. But the one thing I learned was that if you can put yourself in between a manufacturer and the public with a product that's needed and wanted, you can pretty much write your own ticket. So that idea hit me in the face. Now, I'm a young guy at that time. I'm in my 30s. I had no problems, had a young family, no health issues. So I had to rely on my perception and what other people were experiencing. And what I saw And what I felt as a result of what I saw and experienced was that we had something that nobody else had. We had a product that created an emotional impact with people that was uh, I'd never seen it before. And I knew from, again, past experience and other entrepreneurial exercises that that was another key, is having something that creates that emotional response. And the reason for that is it's word of mouth that makes this work. So if I have a good result and then I go tell my friends I had a good result, then I can get my friend interested and then he can do the same thing. And that's how it works. And you're going to see how that works and plays out in the end. So, with that in mind, and nobody was calling me to offer me a job because I was pretty much an unemployable person. In January of 1991, I jumped in with both feet, and now, as they say, the rest is history. So, what I want to tell you tonight is what this is all about, because I think that this is one of the best kept secrets in today's world for what you can do to help yourself flourish and prosper and deal with the main areas that are very important to all of us. So, with that being said, Jeff, I'm going to start the slideshow. I had a privilege back in those days to meet this man, Isamu Masuda, who is the founder of Nikon. And in my first distributor kit, he had a quote. And the quote that I'm putting up here was, healthy finances are inevitable when an individual does his or her best to achieve a healthy mind and body, a healthy family, and a healthy society. Now, when I saw that quote, it was kind of like, whoa, I've never experienced that. I mean, I came from Canada. I moved to the United States, and in the United States was kind of this dog eat dog world. It was climb the corporate ladder, and how fast can you get up there, and how many people can you step on, and how many toes can you, annihilate to get to the top of whatever you were trying to get to. And this approach was a very healthy approach, and it made a whole bunch of sense with regard to what this was all about. And what really came out of this was the theme of Nikon. And the theme of Nikon was solving the problem. The theme of Nikon was to share an opportunity that's related to a philosophy. It's related to what Mr. Masuda termed the 5 areas of wellness. Now, as you can see here by this graphic, the 5 areas of wellness include finances at the bottom, body, mind, family, and society. And of course, the object is balance. But the key question is, where do you stand in this wheel? I mean, at the beginning of my existence with this company, I was so out of whack, and it was all related to one area for me, and that was the finances. But as I experienced in life, it was different for other people. So, what needs to be done or helped the most becomes the first question. Now, as an exercise for those of you that are on this call or listening to it, I'd like you to put in the chat what you feel is the most important area that you would want to have fixed that relates to creating this balance in your situation. And I think that once we get to see that, we'll kind of get an idea of how this particular thing works. And I can't see what's going on in the chat, but I'm sure there's some nice things that are being said with regard to this area. And what was really important about understanding this was it's part of what's going to make you successful is identifying the real issue or the real problem. Okay. Now, the next thing that really triggered my thought process as a businessman and looking at an opportunity was the fact of what's going on in our healthcare industry. Now, we're down the road 35 years from when we started. When I started, it was more of this is what's going to happen. We're going to get into the wellness industry. We're going to, people are going to change their minds and they're going to do different things. But statistically speaking, the United States and North America is still a pill pushing society. and it waits till the end to handle things, and it doesn't work too much on prevention. And probably the biggest problem we face today is all the degenerative diseases that are occurring in this country that really don't need to occur. And the health index, we Canada rates number is 34, United States is 68, Japan is number one. Longevity of life, USA is 40, average age 76.5, Japan number one, average age 84.3. Cost of healthcare, man. I went, the doctors ordered some tests for me, and I just about fell off the chair at how much I'm going to have to spend to have these tests done. Fortunately, I have great insurance, but still, it's mind-boggling as to what the cost is. Per capita in the United States, it's over almost $13,000. And of course, in Japan, we have a cost factor of about 4360. Now, the prevalence of obesity, of course, this is a diet situation, and we know this, and people aren't eating the right things. Fast food, processing, sugar, all of these kind of things have entered into our society. And we've created a problem. And rather than fix the problem, we try and mask the problem. We try and beat around the bush with the problem. Whereas when we take a look at what happens in Japan, they have a different approach. And the approach is more on the idea of prevention and self-care versus sick care. And this today is even a greater opportunity for us and for Nikan than when I first started, because it's now more prevalent, it's more understood, and people are seeking ways to handle this problem. So it becomes a huge opportunity to really think about. Now, back then, the same thing as today is modern life is creating stress. I watch the news today. I watch it for the past week. I can't find a more stressful time that we've had in our history in the United States, with the conflicts, with the bizarre stuff that's going on, which what's being promoted. It causes stress because it takes away your stable datums as far as how you survive and how you're going to move into the future and take care of things. Financial worries, health concerns, lack of time, unhealthy lifestyle, too many demands, failure to take time out and relax, family responsibilities, workplace conflicts. All of these issues cause stress. But the number one stress issue is economics. And interestingly enough, this is one of my favorite topics, and I'll talk about that momentarily. But this is the area that causes the most problem, because statistics show when finances are okay and there's an excess and you're flourishing and prospering, you can then deal with the other issues much more effectively. So we're really focusing on that factor. Now, when I first started, I really didn't understand this business. I was trying to be an entrepreneur, and again, I studied things, and what I observed that was most people are trading their time to create an income, and that's through a job, or they could be self-employed, and that means that they're putting in the time as a self. I had a couple of businesses. I mean, I worked 60, 80, 90 hours a week. It was my time. It created the results. And sometimes businesses were too expensive. I had a couple of businesses that were, millions were spent on them. But the aggravation, the stress, the pressure was really unbelievable. Had hundreds of employees. And again, it's just a huge responsibility and not necessarily a guarantee that everything's going to work. For us, it worked okay, and we came out the other end. But the final area that became the most important to understand was adding value, and this concept of creating the MSIs, multiple sources of income. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more in more detail, but I just wanted to set the stage, as this is one of the areas that we want to really deal with, is handling financial stress. Okay. When it comes time to the health risk factors, what's really interesting, and again, poor sleep, still the same. Actually, it's worse today. It's 70% today. It was 50% in my day. Air quality, in some areas we're getting a little bit better, but it's still polluted. Water quality is really getting bad. because of chemicals, because of drugs, because of all the residues of things. So our water quality is going down very quickly. Stress is still the biggest impact on health factors. Malnutrition. My father died of malnutrition simply because he wasn't getting the right ingredients. He was older, but still the same thing. What I'm realizing now is that that's controllable. That's something that we can control. We can educate and we can provide people with the right solution. And now, of course, there's the electrical smog properties of the internet and computers and smartphones and high power tension wires, all of that stuff, which is contributing to a whole host of areas and diseases and challenges that people are running into, that just opens up the solutions. And this is the key to this whole process, is understanding the solutions that can be applied and can be used. Okay. Now, Nikan came along and created just an incredible concept with biomimicry. And I want to play this video because this video sets the stage for what Nikan has created for us, and especially for you. Here we go.
In a world constantly evolving, we've found inspiration in nature's timeless solutions, hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered, readily available outside our doors. This is biomimicry, the art of learning from and emulating nature's brilliance, solving our problems and creating sustainable solutions. Nature is our guide, offering forms more efficient than we ever imagined, processes ahead of cutting-edge technologies and systems refined over billions of years. The human body is a highly sophisticated biological system that has evolved to be efficient, adaptive, and resilient. Incorporating principles of biomimicry for human body functions not only leverages the efficiency and adaptability of natural systems, but also aligns with the broader goals of sustainability and environmental harmony. In a natural environment, the spring water is filtered, purified, and filled with minerals that are essential for maintaining optimal functions in our body. The emulation of these natural compositions generates an exceptional source of the ideal water that every cell in our body needs for smart hydration. The Earth's magnetic field influences organisms in many ways: navigation, finding their way, or even for communication. By using magnetic and massage stimulation, we are seeking to influence the body's natural responses to restore balance and support in our increasing stressful world. Air abundant in negative ions can be experienced as a fresh air feeling, such as the revitalizing air near waterfalls and forests. Ionization technologies enhance indoor air quality and overall wellness, bringing pure air to our home. Ceramic reflective fibers work like the sun's spectrum, bringing this comforting technology to our homes. Using energy from our bodies and the environment, these fibers gently reflect a soothing warmth, promoting a sense of well-being for less stress, restful sleep, and vital energy. Our overall approach aims to bring balance in the 5 pillars of wellness by bringing nature into your home. Together, we can make a better world where we not only survive, but thrive. And you? How do you connect with nature?
So how we connect with nature is through these 5 elements or brands that Nikan has created, dealing with air, water, sleep, nutrition, and natural energies. And there's a variety of products which we're going to deal with in another forum. But right now, I want to bring on board somebody who's going to talk about our products and the benefits that they have created. So, is Barbara Bertucci there?
I am. Hi, Dave. Thanks for having me on tonight. This is so exciting. You know, when I first got introduced to Nikan, I suffered with a really bad back. I was the best way to describe it was I was old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction, getting out of bed. It was like, oh my gosh, this is, it was really horrible. And I wanted to bring back that balance wheel that you talked about, because if your body's out of whack, your mind is definitely affected. You're short tempered. You're, not a pleasant person to be around, which was me at the time. And, my family suffered. But not only that, my finances, and there was no way I was going to contribute to society at all. So, anyway, I get introduced to this amazing technologies from a friend down the street. And I get these insoles. I get the MagFlex. This is the third generation, but I got this one. Told to keep it on my body 24 hours a day and just see what we do. That night I slept fine. Now I have to say it took me 3 days of using these technologies 24 hours a day to make a difference. But that fourth morning, I woke up, stood up, was halfway to the bathroom when I realized, oh my goodness, I am straight up and doing fine. I just got my life back that instantly. Now, these are kind of passive. They go over time and build. But we have this little guy, which is a precision massager. We also have a Mag Duo, which is amazing. But this guy is 2,500 gals. Pretty powerful guy. Then we got the pink collagen in. Okay, so here I am many years later, using these technologies, sleeping now on the sleep system and that rejuvenating, recuperating all night long, waking up after this amazing night's sleep, having that vitality and flexibility. But now I have this little guy, and I'm finding that I have more zip in my step. Now, this is our pink PCC, we call it, pink collagen complex. And took about maybe 3 months, but 45 days for me to notice a difference. But I flew the other day to Denver and back over a long weekend. And normally I suffer a little bit more with that. You get a little bit dehydrated, different things happen. Not on this. I was fine. I just got in and off the plane. I did different things. So I don't know all that this little guy is doing, but it affects every aspect of your body. And I'm just very grateful about that. And I just wanted to underline that because this is it's an ancient tech. Well, these are ancient technologies, but they're hot and new to us, right? So same with this. The difference in ours is it's teeny tiny molecules. So it's quite effective. And I just wanted to share what's impacted me in my life, giving me, I actually just got on Medicare this past year. Like, oh my gosh, what is that about? I don't even need the doctor's information or going to the doctor, but I have it now if I need it, because I have all these in my tool chest to help me in my home. And that's what Nikan has done for me. And thank you, Dave, for having me share.
Well, thank you, Barbara. And you know what's fascinating, Barbara, and now 36 years down the road, I have customers that have been involved with Nikan getting these products for over 35 years, going on 36. And again, I'm going to translate that into business. It's kind of like this is the perfect storm. Because if you've got something that people want and you put yourself in between the manufacturer and those people, then that's going to create an ongoing relationship, which creates an ongoing income. So fantastic. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I do the same. So let's move on to the next thing. I'll share my screen again. All right, active wellness. So this is the whole idea of where we're at. It's active wellness. The stories sell, and that's what it's all about. And Barbara's story is like so many others that we've experienced in our career. Now, the idea here, and this is really what Nikan has set out, is the discovery of the wellness home. And our idea and the concept of the wellness home is that environment that's safe, that environment that is healthy, that environment that gets you out of, it's the greenhouse effect for the human kind of an idea. You have the right air, you drink the right water, you sleep well, you're taking the right nutrition, and you've got all the energy that is required. So this then opens the door to what we call the collaborative entrepreneurship. And this is the whole idea. It's easy, integrates into your life. It's low entry cost to get involved. It's a turnkey entrepreneurship system. There's a great leadership program that's been developed, and it is the perfect gig. And when I say that, what's really important to understand is 39% of the US population, by survey and government documents, has a side gig, which means they're doing something because of some very important things. One is they want to make some more money. Two, they're looking to develop new skills. Three, they're trying to handle their monthly expenses. And four, they want to set up things for their retirement. So we offered that in so many different ways. Plus, you put in the balance wheel of healthy body, healthy mind, healthy family, healthy society, and it's a great way to contribute. Okay, how does it work? Well, basically, you join Nikan. You share and promote the idea and the concept of the wellness home. You invite people to the program. And what's being set up is a support system that's going to allow you to plug and play. So you're going to be able to plug into the experts, to plug into the success, plug into the stability, plug into the support system to help grow your business. And of course, I'm going to tell you something else as we go down the line here. Your success becomes our continued success. And that's how it really works. And what's really nice about this is Nikan does all the heavy lifting. It ships the product. It has the warehouse. It takes care of the administration. It has the website. It does the internet action. It sends you your paycheck. I mean, it just does everything. And it opens up the door for you to do one thing, and that's communicate and then learn what to do. And of course, that's where we come in, which is going to be very, very helpful. Okay. So if we take a look at this, there, we have the 3 packs here. We have the water pack, the energy pack, and the sleep pack. And again, these packs are designed to deal with helping you get your wellness home. And all of the businesses that I've ever been involved with, if I represent them, I have to understand what they are. I have to utilize them, and I have to have the benefit of them, because if I have that, then I can communicate well with other people. The water is unbelievable. The sleep system is incredible. The energy products are like mind-boggling. And all of these are going to help you create your business and your future. And this is what we're suggesting through the Yes My Wellness Home program. We also have the support of, the internet. And if we take a look at this idea, like Amazon and Uber, and we have our own share app, and which allows you to leverage all of these platforms. You can do this from the beach. You can do it in a plane. You can do it from your home. You can do it wherever you're at a restaurant. It is a real convenient way, and it is what everybody else is doing today. So we've set up that for leverage and scalability for yourself. The Nikan Share application allows you to share videos and product samples and whatever you need with your new prospect, along with what the company has as a back office and an education program, along with what the distributors do in a support system, which is all part of the whole system and the whole package, which makes it viable. Okay, so now probably one of the more important aspects of it is the wide range of benefits and incentives that the company offers. So there's retail profits, there's cash bonuses, there's lifestyle bonuses. There's, you got the rebate system, you got overrides, leadership bonuses, trips. My organization has sold over $1 billion worth of business in my career, and the company has paid out literally tens of millions of dollars in commissions to the people in my organization for what they've done. And I'm still being paid on my first day of work. This has been my life, my career, raised my family. I just couldn't think of a better way to go without the headaches. And I've had the headaches. I've had the big businesses, the public companies, and the hundreds of employees, and all of the rules and the regulations. And let me tell you, they're a bit of a headache versus what we've got. And what we can create here is freedom. So what you're going to want to do here is get together with the person that invited you and really kick the tires about the compensation plan at a pace that is good for you. And there's plenty of information to support that. Okay. Now we talk about growth. We start at the beginning, you climb the ladder and you go from silver to gold to platinum to diamond and beyond. And we'll teach you how to do it. And it's a stair-step process. It's no different than anything else, but it's a leverage proposition. And I'm going to talk about leverage in a way that hopefully you'll understand and see why this is so, in my opinion, beautiful and such a great system. So it's the compounding effect. Now, this was something I learned many, many years ago, compound interest. And if you get into an investment, you want compound interest. And if you can do it daily, that's better than monthly or weekly or yearly. And it's the multiplier of the effect. So in this particular case, if we used a multiplier of 3, and you went out and talked to 3, who talked to 3, who talked to 3, who talked to 3, who talked to 3, by the time you got down 6 generations, you've got over 1,000 people that are potentially in your business. If you used a multiplier of 6 and you talked to 6 people and got them involved and they did the same, et cetera, by the time you got down to the bottom, you've got 46,656 on that 6th level in your particular organization. Now, when I started, I was by myself. There was nobody else, just me. I didn't have a partner or anything. It was just me doing the business. And by the time I hit the peak of my career, I had over 30,000 in my organization, down more than 6 levels. It was probably down 20 or 30 levels below me. But it showed, I fell in love with this idea, and then I did the work and saw what would happen. And that's the beauty of this particular business. So it's really a very interesting idea, and you want to get with your sponsor and talk more about this, because that's the true benefit of this style of doing business. So we're all about the global wellness community. Now, at this point in time, what I would like to do is get you to get a better understanding of what it's like and why distributors become distributors and get involved with this. And I've got a special guest tonight. I'm going to stop my share here and invite to the stage Kimball Sargent. And Kimball has been with the company and is a very successful distributor. So Kimball, it's all yours.
Well, good evening. Thanks, Dave, for having me. I'm Kimball Sargent, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm also a therapist. When I became an entrepreneur, it was because I, like many women, was about to have children, and I wanted to be there for my family. And I bought a couple of franchises. It's businesses in a box, and they were very lucrative, 2 H&R Block franchises. And then I went back to school, and I'm purpose driven, so I wanted to be a therapist. And really having that kind of entrepreneurial endeavor is really a job. I wasn't looking for another business, but when you're an entrepreneur, you're probably always looking. I got a lot of discomfort and stress, and a physician wanted me to look at these products. And I did. And when I did, I got better. And I was like, oh my gosh, here is a business that I really love. What I didn't like about traditional business was, in order to make money, they're pyramids, and the person at the top makes a lot and they squeeze the people at the bottom. And that's how you make more money. Here was a business, collaborative entrepreneurship, network marketing, whichever you want to call it. And it's me, and I get paid to make other people successful. And these products are phenomenal. So if someone invited you, they thought enough of you that they wanted you to see this, get in touch with them, test drive the products, and look at this business, because this is really the perfect gig in a gig economy.
Thank you, Kimball. Now let me share my screen again and we'll continue on with the presentation. So I think you got the idea. The global wellness community is where we're at, what the opportunity is. And we've got this company that's about to reach its 50th anniversary in the industry, has an incredible line of products, creates that emotional impact, and people want to share it with other people. And that's what this is all about. Okay, now let me share this idea with you. It's discover it. You become a customer. You use the product. You get the benefits. and then you become a consultant, and then you upgrade from there, and you can become a community partner and start building the business. And that's the journey that we suggest for most people. And it's a wonderful journey.
Do you ever have days where everything in your life feels in balance? When your mind is clear and your body feels in tune with nature? When everyone in your family is healthy and happy? When you belong to and support a warm, loving community? When you have a stable income and no debt? Mind, body, family, society, finances. Niken calls these 5 areas of our lives the 5 pillars of wellness. We help you cultivate balance in all 5 areas of life with the tools that build your wellness home. Because to breathe is to live, we focus on clean air. Because water is life, we focus on pure water. Because healthy food nourishes strong bodies, we focus on nutrient-dense organic ingredients. Because everyone needs restful sleep and energy to feel joyful, we focus on rest, relaxation, and magnetic support. And to keep you as youthful looking as you feel, we focus on naturally sourced marine organic skincare. Our vision is to share the 5 pillars of wellness with everyone. And we want to spread the word throughout the world. Because once you achieve a balanced lifestyle, wouldn't you want to help everyone you know to achieve the same wonderful life of active wellness? That's what we offer everyone who is part of our global wellness community. Join Niken to build your wellness home and live a life in balance. Discover it, live it, share it.
You know, every time I listen to that or hear that video, it's just so inspiring. We have a real opportunity here, and we have the world needs us more than ever. We are making some strides out there. There's some good things that are happening. The ozone layer is improving. Deforestation has slowed down. There's lots of positives going on, but there's still individuals that need our help. So I highly recommend that you get together with the person that invited you and kick the tires. We have great statistics, we have great success, and we have a great opportunity. And I invite you to join us on the Niken Highway and be healthy by choice, not by chance. Thanks very much for attending tonight, and look forward to seeing you on the Niken Highway.